Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Speed Racer, where we're going to go over a Racer's Retro Rips, and this is courtesy entirely of Paulie D, Paulie Dynamo, as I call him. That is not his last name, but that's what I think of him, because he's dynamic in many ways and extremely generous. So, without further ado, we're going to get into it, and these are the packs that we're going to be going over. As you can see, there are a variety of packs here. I'm going to set this down. Now, I will say, first off, that the first pack, and again, Paulie D, as you know, thank you so much, my friend. This is so epically awesome. So this is an 88 baseball score, as you all can see. It is, of course, unopened. And, you know, I was thinking about this, and I think what I'm going to do for the time being with this particular pack is most likely save it. And the reason why is I remember when I first bought, the 88 score, and it was so much different than the Fleer, the Don Ross, and the Tops at the time. Very photogenic, as it says. Even the card, the feel of the score felt like kind of a photograph. Well, moreover than that, or in addition to, there's this guy, and my parents had gotten me this set years ago for a gift, and as you can see, it's a sealed unopened set. The corner is torn a little bit with the plastic, but otherwise it's completely sealed. And I just thought, wouldn't it be cool if I had an unopened pack to go with the sealed set? So curious to know what you guys think about it there. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do with this 88 score. Can you see who's on the bottom there? Not so much. Who knows, guys? Maybe down the road I will open it, but that will be, for now, a cherished gift from Paulie D. And as you can see, I have his amazing sticker, Paulie D cards, with the signature, one of one, by the way. Paulie D 2406 YouTube. Check him out, of course, if you haven't already. I'll definitely have his link in the description. Sub him up and be sure to tell him Speed Racer sent you. All right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and tear into this 89 score baseball. Yeah, it has the same photo quality little stamp on there, and just curious what it says. Super Baseball Card Album, $10. Back in the day, man, that's like nothing to sneeze at. Plus 9 score 1989 cards and 12 plastic storage sheets. I mean, I guess, okay, not terrible, not a terrible deal. So trying to think, out of the 89 score, who can you get? I know Gary Sheffield, Randy Johnson. I'm trying to remember Griffey Jr., 89 score. Was he? I think he was in the traded, if I do recall. It's been a hot minute. I'm trying to remember. But we're going to see who is in here. Hall of Famer goodness, perhaps. All right. Save these packs. Okay, so we're going to kick things off here. First of all, Ron Kittle. Chris Sabo, and that's on the Indians. Shout out Warren D. Cleveland. Chris Sabo on the Reds. Shout out Robert Pops Graham Springs, 1969. Don Mattingly. We got some Donnie baseball goodness. We'll put a stand up for...
Fly ball, right center field. Did he get all of it?
Yeah, he got it.
He got it, and the Yankees have tied it up. That makes it 11-11. And Yogi a prophet in his own time. It ain't over till it's over. Look at Negro applauding. Mattingly with 2 outs. Homers. His 10th home run of the year, and that ties it up. Mattingly has driven in 5 runs tonight.
Baseball. Yeah, and shout out, actually, somebody who I just met, if you will, yesterday, not in person, but Carl from Oz is his channel. And awesome guy. Adam's Card Closet actually referred me to him, and he's a big Yankees fan. So I'm going to shout him out. Of course, 3 Good Nerds, Justin. I'm going to shout you out too, my friend. And obviously, Mr. 95 Cents. Don Mattingly there. Bo Diaz. Jody Davis for the Cubbies. Shout out Sports Card Rippin' Teacher. Myself, Skinny Rippin', Senior Junior Rips. There's a lot of us out there. All right. Alfredo Griffin for the Dodgers. I'll shout out God is Great. Likes a Shohei Ohtani. Who doesn't? But I know he really likes him. I knew that was going to drop. All right. So this is a year to remember. 1961. Maris goes after the Babe, chasing the home run title. Jeff Robinson, or home run record, I should say. Then we've got Dennis Eckersley there, outstanding for the Athletics. Shout out Mess of Things, also the Card Court. Doug Sisk for the Orioles. Shout out Rippin' for Rushmans. Dale Mahordick for the Rangers. And shout out once again, 3 good nerds for his Rangers. He likes the Rangers. He's a Donnie baseball fan, but Rangers is his team. Mike Schooler there for Paulie D. So shout out Paulie D for his Mariners. Jeff Bittinger for the White Sox. Dennis Lamp for the Red Sox. Somebody that I know who's a Red Sox fan. I think it's J&J Breaks. Dwight Smith, I remember that, man, for the Cubbies. Gosh, that brings back memories. Dwight Smith rookie card for the Cubbies. And a Greg Jeffries. We got a Greg Jeffries card. And that should be his rookie year, I do believe. We're going to double check here. Danny Jackson to finish things off. What year is that? Yep. So that is Greg Jeffries on his rookie. I mean, all in all, man, not bad. You got a Donnie Baseball here. You got a Dennis Eckersley. We got some rookie goodness, Greg Jeffries, and some other guys. So go ahead and set that up for the 89 score representation. All right. And I'll put this stack right back. Don't you even, just so you guys know. So I have decided to name my new pet Sir Latchalot. And I want to thank my good friend in Santia, who is an avid viewer, very good friend of mine. Anyways, he came up with a great name, Sir Latchalot, a.k.a. Latchy. It's a new pet, and he's a bit, he's a handful. I unfortunately accidentally fed him a squirrel earlier this morning. I did not mean to do that, but we went out for a walk. And when you walk these things, for anybody who's thinking of becoming a pet owner of a mimic in the future, you kind of drag them, basically. You just drag them along. And anyways, he, I guess, saw something that interested him. Turned out to be a squirrel. Chased me. I just held on to the leash. We went up 3/4 of a pine tree. And yeah, he gobbled up a squirrel. It was a lot of fun getting back down. But occasionally I do hear some little chirps still. But anyway, guys, so hopefully he'll mind his business. I swear, if you chew any of these cards that Paulie D gave me, things going to happen. It's going to get real. All right, so we got some 90 Upper Deck Major League Baseball, man. Oh, this is so great. I love these foil packs. I have not opened a foil Upper Deck pack in eons. Let's see. I want to try to open this as carefully as possible. It's a little tricky opening these packs. I'm trying not to tear them. Even back in the day, it was tricky to do so. Yeah, little opening. All right, just go down like that. Yeah, and some of you guys who rip a lot of this stuff, you're probably rolling your eyes like, dude, seriously, open the damn pack. But that's how I am with this stuff, especially when it's a gift. All right, so we got Les Lancaster there for the Cubbies. And this is again on the 90 Upper Deck. Backwards goodness there. Great player, though. Tommy Glavine. Look at that. All right, so we're going to put some Tom Glavine from the 90 Upper Deck. Right there. His rookie year, I do believe, 88. And we got Mickey Tettleton there on the checklist. Tom Drees, rookie card. Yeah, you can get Sammy Sosa. We got Dave Magadan for the Mets. Shout out Pastor Ken and also J.F. Kelly's Cave. Oh, we got some Ozzie Smith, legendary goodness there, backwards action. For the Cardinals, leaping throw to first base, it looks like. Send him up with the upper deck stack. Andy Hawkins. Mike Greenwell, upside down. Yep, good old Mike Greenwell, man. All right, we got a sticker of the Dodgers. Look at that. That is great. I do love these stickers, by the way. No, you can't have it. You had enough, pal. You've already got... I'm not... Anyways, okay. So, Jeff Blauser for the Braves. Shout out Adam's Card Closet. Dave Righetti. Tom Browning. Backwards action of Curtis Wilkerson, I do believe. Yep, Curtis Wilkerson there for the Cubbies. Backwards action. Floyd Bannister for the Royals. Shout out Dr. Manus T-Boggin. And we got some awesome Jim Abbottness there for the Angels. Amazing, legendary pitcher.
Indians have not had a man past first base. Baerga batting .318. And the ground ball to short. Velarde. He did it. He did it. No hitter for Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott throws a no hitter and shuts out the Cleveland Indians 4-0.
I remember he had... Did he have an 89 Topps card? I got to go back and double check. And then ending things off with Mike Aldretti for the Expos. Shout out Freedom Sufferer. All right, very good. Very good indeed. So much fun. Blast from the past. I haven't opened a pack of that since 1990. So, been a minute. Now we're going to the Leaf Set 1991 Baseball, featuring Harmon Killebrew Hall of Fame puzzle. I've been seeing Paulie D open a lot of these lately, and yeah, there's a chance of getting these gold-backed rookie cards, which are just epically cool. Look for randomly packed, as I said, gold leaf rookie cards. Collect all 24. I'm trying to remember what he's up to now. I think it's... Man... I'm probably wrong. I was going to say, I'm thinking it's like 8 to 12 that he's up to, but I could be mistaken. All right. Should I open that carefully so I can keep the wrapper? All right, so we got the Harmon Killebrew puzzle piece. And we're going to kick things off with a Travis Fryman. Yeah, I remember I have one of his minor league cards, actually. Eric Hansen. I think that's his third year. Jerry Don Gleaton for Detroit. Shout out Cardboard Meditation. Carl Rhodes for the Astros. Shout out Barry. And the backs of these cards, as you can see, it's got the nice picture there. For those who don't know, it's a really nice set, and I remember opening these packs very infrequently as a kid because they were expensive for me at the time. Don Robinson for the Giants. Eric Anthony. Man, that was a hot name when he first came out. Pete Harnish. Remember the Pete Harnish and Kurt Schilling combination. Will the Thrill Clark. We'll go ahead and put him up on a stand.
I'm just going to look for his fastball because I've never seen anything that fast before in my life. So first pitch to me was a curveball, and it really surprised me. And I started giggling a little bit, and I asked the catcher, I said, why is he throwing me a curveball? He says, just switching things up. And, 2 pitches later, I got one of my fastballs. And when I hit it good, but I didn't know it was going out. I was hoping that it would hit off the wall or something, and it got out, and I was just ecstatic coming all the way back to home plate. And every time my mom and dad are in the stands, when I hit a home run, I'll point to them just to say thank you for being here. And that's what I did.
Put him up on a stand. Met him in person. Got a very funny story I'll have to tell. I've said it probably in one of my earliest videos, but outstanding player. There's a family connection. Steve Finley there for the Astros. Mike Kindry. Oh, Carl Nichols. Rick Honeycutt. Mark Davidson, Jeff Brantley, Harold Baines. Hall of Famer, Harold Baines. You know, some argue deserved or not deserved, whatever, he's in the Hall of Fame. Let me see. I'm going to double check. I don't believe there were any rookies of the gold variety. Yeah, no. All right. Very cool indeed. We'll put it next to our beloved pet, Latchy, a.k.a. Sir Last for Lad. All right. So now this is 92 Series 2. So let's get into it here. 15 cards. The Leaf Gold Edition. New for 92. 528 card version of the 92 Leaf set featuring gold foil and gold metallic ink instead of the traditional silver. Look for one Leaf Gold Edition card in every pack. Interesting. Man, it's so much fun, Paulie D. I appreciate you, my friend. Let's see. Yeah, the wrapper on this one is thinner than the Series 1. It feels like, at least, there's more give. All right, so let's see who we have here. Interesting set. So it doesn't have the little corner borders. You know what that reminds me of, guys, is way back in the day, you know, in the 90s when we were on our computers and we were messing around with Windows and you'd have different fonts that you would do and create for different pictures and background. That's what it reminds me of, funny enough, now that I think about it. Okay, anyways, Danny Tartable there for the Yankees when he went from the, was it the Mariners he was with originally? Yeah, Mariners, right. Then Royals, okay. And then we've got Steve Frey. Sammy Sosa, look at that, 92 Sammy, outstanding. I'll put him up on a stand. Back of that card there. Very cool indeed. I do not have that. Gary Wayne, actually these are the first of the 92 Leaf that I've ever received. Jeff Schaefer. Ooh, all right, so we got one of these cards. This must be one of the gold foil cards. It's Mark Gardner. Let's see what the back looks like. Man, look at that. That's pretty slick. It's got the little leaf embroidery. I don't know if the light picks that up towards the middle. Yeah, like there. That's actually a really cool touch. That would be a fun subset to collect. We'll go ahead and put him up since it's a unique card. Bill Kruger for the Twins. Shout out commenting collector Julie Farnham. Kyle Abbott there for the Phillies. Shout out Nikki 2 times. Alejandro Pena for the Braves. Terry Steinbach. Man, every time I hear that name, it brings back memories. Remember seeing him play. Along with McGuire and Canseco. Rich Mantalone. Or Rich Mantalone, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Mickey Morandini. Ryan Bowen. Walt Weiss. That's another one of those A's names from back in the day. And ending with a Joe Carter. Nice. I'll take that all day.
The tying run is at second. The run that would win the World Series is at first, and Joe Carter is the batter.
Here's a pitch on the way, a swing and a belt, left field, way back, Blue Jays win it! The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You know, Hall of Fame. All right, so with that, we've got, let's see, how many minutes? You know what? What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to do a separate video for the football and the hockey, because otherwise it's going to be a very long video. I want to thank everybody very much for joining in. This will be a continuation, obviously. And I want to thank you, Paulie D, very much for the awesomeness. Can't thank you enough, my friend. I'll open the rest of these. Now, the only exception to the football is going to be, let's see, there's Fleer 91. There's a couple of those. The Score 91 football. Now, these two packs, the 92 Ultra, I'm going to save these because, Paulie D, they're things for reasons, I'll say. So that's going to be saved. That won't be opened. And then we've got these O-Pee-Chee hockey packs. So, with that being said, thank you all very much. Hope you have an awesome day. If you haven't subbed them up already, please be sure to do so. Let them know Speed Raycer sent you. And as always, have a good one. Talk to you again soon.